Good evening, my curious and open-minded friends. Welcome back to our channel, where we embark on a quest for knowledge and dive deep into the enigmas of our past. I hope you're on a positive and inspired mindset, ready to tackle the hurdles that come our way. Today I am thrilled to bring you my video, packed with mind-blowing evidence about the age controversy surrounding the Sphinx. Get ready to expand your understanding of history and explore the hidden secrets of our ancient ancestors. Buckle up, because we are about to uncover the truth together. This is the Sphinx Unveiled. Firstly, I'd like to share how I came to this conclusion. The true history of our species often gets dismissed like the belief of flat earth enthusiasts, not that I have anything against them. However, when you delve into the scientific and archaeological evidence, it becomes clear that our species lived in an advanced and highly technological civilization. This knowledge is readily available once you start looking beyond the confines of mainstream narrative. Remember, history is often shaped by those in control. Imagine the paradigm shift if we acknowledged our existence in an advanced civilization with access to free energy, all aimed at better understanding the human experience. It would revolutionize our understanding of ourselves and the world we live in. Well, for me, it all began when I was around 16 years old. I stumbled upon a thought-provoking film called Zeitgeist that presented evidence of similarities among different religions, like the reoccurring story of Jesus throughout history. It made me question the information I was being fed. Fast forward to 2012, a year I believe marked a significant energy shift in the world. The collective consciousness, that murky web we all inhabit, seemed to undergo a transformation. Some people awakened to new possibilities, while others fought to keep the majority asleep. It was during this time that I discovered a remarkable YouTube channel that remains active to this day, Spirit Science. They dive into the esoteric topics ranging from sacred geometry to the existence of a civilization that once lived on Mars. Being exposed to these unconventional ideas, I embarked on a journey to learn more about sacred geometry and its profound implication. For years, I silently observed my reality, diving deep into the depths of my emotions and searching for a true understanding of my identity. Along this journey, I delved into ancient and esoteric concepts, seeking wisdom that resonated with my soul. It didn't take long for me to stumble upon a revolutionary idea: our species is far older than what we've been taught. One crucial realization that shook me to the core was the undeniable evidence of water erosion on the Sphinx. This discovery challenges the mainstream narrative and places the Sphinx on a timeline dating back at least 12,000 years. However, as I dove further and observed the astonishing astrological alignments, it became evident that the truth is even more mind-boggling. The Sphinx must be far older, perhaps as ancient as 30,000 years. Now you might be wondering, what evidence do I have to support these bold claims? Well, my friends, I encourage you to grab a notepad and pen to jot down the following points and fact-check them for yourself. The evidence is compelling, and once you dive into it, you'll start to see a fascinating tapestry of historical truths that have been concealed from us for far too long. Let's begin by getting into some essential facts about the Sphinx. This awe-inspiring monument, situated in close proximity to the magnificent Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, is a true marvel to behold. Carved meticulously out of the natural bedrock, the Sphinx is composed primarily of limestone. More specifically, it is crafted from the remarkable Makatam Formation, a type of sedimentary rock that formed over countless millennia through the gradual accumulation of marine fossils. Now let's explore the dimensions of this majestic creature. From its front paws to the tip of its tail, the Sphinx stretches an impressive 73 meters, that's 240 feet in length. Rising proudly from the base to the summit of its head, it reaches a height of approximately 20 meters, 66 feet. Moreover, measuring shoulder to shoulder, the Sphinx spans an impressive width of 19 meters, 63 feet. While mainstream Egyptologists assert that the Sphinx was constructed during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre in the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Egypt around the 26th century BCE, we must critically examine this prevailing narrative in in light of alternative perspectives. Consider this: the conventional dating places the construction of the Sphinx roughly 4,500 years ago, a significant span of time, equivalent to approximately 20 generations after the dawn of civilization. It seems rather peculiar that a culture would embark on the ambitious endeavor of erecting such monumental structures in the heart of the desert purely out of ego-driven motives. While it is essential to question the mainstream perspective and remain open to alternative possibilities, let us turn our attention to the compelling evidence that challenges the conventional timeline assigned to the Sphinx. One notable aspect that demands our scrutiny is the presence of water erosion on the walls of the Sphinx enclosure. Extensive studies have revealed that limestone erosion rates can vary, with estimates ranging from a few millimeters to centimeters per year. It is important to note that these rates are approximate and heavily influenced by local environmental conditions. In extreme cases where conducive factors such as tropical or rainforest environments are present, limestone erosion can be more profound. Consider the arid climate of the Giza Plateau in Egypt. The existence of substantial water erosion on the limestone enclosure of the Sphinx raises intriguing questions. How could an area known for its desert conditions exhibit signs of erosion typically associated with more humid climates? Could this suggest that the Sphinx's age predates the conventional timeline, offering a glimpse into a time when the region experienced different climatic conditions? Furthermore, the extent and depth of the water erosion patterns provide additional clues. By carefully analyzing the erosion patterns and comparing them to established erosion rates, researchers have concluded that the erosion observed on the Sphinx enclosure would require thousands of years, far exceeding the timeline attributed to its construction. These observations compel us to reassess our understanding of the Sphinx's origin and its significance in the tapestry of human history. Are we overlooking a deeper narrative that connects ancient civilizations, geological transformations, and a more profound understanding of our planet's past? Giza, known for its desert climate, receives minimal rainfall. On average, annual precipitation measures a mere 15 to 30 millimeters. That's 0.6 to 1.2 inches. Primarily in the winter months from November to February. This arid environment characterizes the scorching summers and mild winters experienced in Giza. Now let us focus on the intriguing water erosion witnessed on the Sphinx enclosure. In an area with such limited rainfall, the significant erosion challenges conventional notion. Typically, water erosion is associated with regions experiencing higher levels of annual rainfall, such as tropical or rainforest areas. When considering limestone erosion rates, which can vary depending on environmental factors, we find that the observed erosion on the Sphinx enclosure suggests a time span of thousands of years. This exceeds the accepted timeline for its construction, prompting us to reevaluate the age and explore alternative theories. Geologist Robert Schoch has studied the Great Sphinx of Giza from a geological perspective and disagrees with the conventional Egyptologist dating of around 2,500 BCE. He found evidence of heavy erosion features on the Sphinx and its enclosures that he concluded could only have been done by rainfall and water runoff. This is contradictory to the arid climate of the region for the past 5,000 years. Schoch proposes that the oldest parts of the Sphinx, referred to as the core body, date back to an earlier period, possibly around 10,000 BCE, when the climate was different and included more rainfall. Schoch also suggests that the current head of the Sphinx is not the original head, but a recarved one from dynastic times, which explains its smaller size compared to the body. He further argues that the Sphinx may have originally been a lioness rather than a traditional Sphinx. Seismic studies conducted by Schoch and his team support his conclusion that the core body of the Sphinx is much older, with a minimum age of at least 7,000 years and potentially as old as 12,000 years ago. Regarding the moat theory proposed by Robert Temple, Schoch refutes it by presenting evidence of precipitation-induced weathering on the Sphinx Temple and Valley Temple, erosion patterns inconsistent with pooled water in the Sphinx enclosure, and the lack of sealing or watertight features in the enclosure. He also argues that the vertical fissures observed in the Sphinx enclosure walls show characteristics of natural water runoff rather than artificial dredging. Dr. Robert Schoch, a distinguished scholar with an impressive academic background. He holds a BA in anthropology and a BS in geology from George Washington University, 1979, as well as a MS and PhD in geology and geophysics from Yale University. With such extensive education and expertise, Dr. Schoch's credibility in the field is unquestionable. But Schoch is not alone in his beliefs. Numerous other researchers and scholars share his views that the Sphinx is much older than its traditional dates suggest. Through his meticulous studies, Dr. Schoch conservatively proposed that the Sphinx could be 7,000 to 10,000 years old. However, a growing number of individuals, including myself, dare to push the boundaries even further, suggesting an astonishing of 30,000 years. So why do we challenge the conventional timeline? Let's dive into the positioning of this awe-inspiring monument. Rather than referring to it as a mere sphinx, we recognize it as a remodeled structure by analyzing its original design based on body dimensions indicating a line. We uncover a profound connection. Ancient structures were crafted to mirror the celestial realm, bringing the heavens to earth. Now, if we rewind the cosmic clock by 30,000 years, a remarkable alignment emerges. The Sphinx perfectly corresponds with the constellation Leo, while the shafts within the Great Pyramid point directly to Orion. This powerful synchronicity encapsulates the ancient adage, as above, so below. King Thutmose was an ancient Egyptian pharaoh of the 18th dynasty during the New Kingdom period, reigning from around 1401 to 1391 BCE. He is notable for his involvement in the restoration of the Great Sphinx of Giza and the inscription known as the Dream Stele. According to the Dream Stele, Thutmose had a vivid dream while he was a young prince. In his dream, the Sphinx spoke to him, promising that he would become pharaoh if he cleared the sand that had covered the statue and undertook its restoration. Inspired by this vision, Thutmose fulfilled the Sphinx's request after ascending to the throne. The Dream Stele stands as a record of his commitment to restore the Sphinx and his belief in this significance. Thutmose's restoration efforts highlight one of the instances where the Sphinx was uncovered from sand, suggesting that the statue had been subjected to periodic burial and excavation throughout its long history. King Thutmose reigned approximately 3,422 years ago from the present day, which was about 1,000 years after mainstream Egyptologists believe Pharaoh Khafre built the Sphinx. It is important to note that there is no specific text or inscription where Pharaoh Khafre himself claims to have built the Sphinx. However, the Great Sphinx of Giza is generally attributed to the time period preceding Khafre's reign. Pharaoh Khafre is commonly associated with the construction of the Pyramid of Khafre, the second largest pyramid at Giza. Situated near the Sphinx, this proximity has led to the assumption that there is a connection between Khafre and the Sphinx. However, the exact nature of their relationship remains uncertain, and there is no direct textual evidence from Khafre claiming responsibility for the Sphinx's construction. As a result, the origin and purpose of the Sphinx continues to be a subject of ongoing debate and speculation among Egyptologists. So if the Sphinx was covered for 1,000 years before its restoration, how did the weathering occur? There is no way that 1 inch of yearly rainfall caused the weathering we see on the Sphinx today. Here are some documented accounts of removing sand from the Sphinx. We have Al-Masudi from 900 CE, Napoleon 1798, Jean-Philippe Laurel in the 1900s, to present day the Supreme Council of Antiquities of Egypt. How could the Sphinx have experienced weathering if it was covered in sand for a majority of its existence? The fissures present on the monument cannot be solely attributed to wind and sand erosion. Upon examining an old picture, it becomes evident that the head of the Sphinx is far less eroded compared to the body. This observation suggests that the head was constructed during the reign of King Thutmose, which explains its intricate detailing. The rainfall that the head of the Sphinx experienced over time is insignificant when compared to the tens of thousands of years that the body has experienced. The evidence is right before our eyes. It is important to question the prevailing dogmas of history and adopt an independent mindset. Some propose that an advanced civilization thrived prior to the Younger Dryas impact, challenging the notion that our ancestors were primitive cavemen. Instead, they were a sophisticated society that possessed the knowledge and capability to harness the Earth's energy through ley line, combined with resonant hydroelectric generators built all across the globe. However, further discussion on this topic will have to be explored at another time. By enhancing our critical thinking and examining the visible evidence, we can free ourselves from the constraints of established beliefs and dive into a deeper understanding of our past. Thank you all for tuning in to this presentation. I am immensely grateful that you took the time to listen till the end. I understand that this video is quite lengthy, but I'm deeply passionate about this subject matter. There are numerous intriguing details that suggest the age of these megalithic monuments is much older than what is commonly accepted by mainstream views. I am eagerly looking forward to continuing my research and sharing with you what I have learned. I would greatly appreciate your comments on how you felt about this video. Also, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell to stay up to date on all future videos. If you have any suggestions, feel free to share them with me. My intention is to provide you with new knowledge or strengthen your already inquisitive brain. It is crucial to take care of your mind and not succumb to those who wish to keep you uninformed. We deserve to know the truth about our incredible and magnificent existence. With a history that is likely much older and more spiritually and intellectually advanced than what is commonly presented to the masses, the truth is waiting to be observed. Remember, you are loved. You are loved. Let us continue to spread peace, love, and curiosity together. Until next time, peace out.